Let's do a quick Whip Smart Spank Banky, and then we'll get into the CAG bag. This is for Alice Gear Aegis CS. This is one of the games that is being censored on PlayStation, but is uncensored on everyone's favorite platform for hentai and things of that nature, the Nintendo Switch. This is arena-style combat, and you earn money to unlock customizations for lots of characters, cute cutscenes, but it's not very lewd. And even though the game is uncensored on Switch, you cannot see the plumber crack on PlayStation. So, sorry. You want to move over to Nintendo for that. He says, I wanted to like this one because of the anime waifu mech girls, but it falls a bit short. Wait for a sale if the gameplay looks interesting to you. And he gives Alice Gear Aegis CS a 2 crusty socks out of 5 rating. Got it? You understand that scale, Wombat?
Mm-hmm.
Good. CAG bag time at the real...
an odd number of socks.
5, right. Well, you always lose one in the dryer anyway. It's always a random one. Or there's always one that you just keep bedside for these types of games.
Did I tell you about this at one point? Like, there's a company that sells an odd number of socks, and they don't quite match either.
Why?
I don't know, but it drives me crazy because my
what
wife
company is this?
I don't know.
Why would she do that to you? Why would she buy those?
She bought those for my daughter. And so, like, I'm the one that does all the laundry and everything.
She's
so I'm
fucking your shit up right
I'm
now.
just like always stuck with like, I don't know, these like 3 socks kind of look similar.
Right.
Like, what am I going to do with these?
And now you're bending in to look into the dryer to see where that other sock is. All this extra work, and she just to save a few dollars. What is she doing? Has she looked downstairs?
I bet we paid more for 3 socks.
Yeah. See, it's not worth it.
I don't know.
Right. But tell her that you're rich. Tell her to look around downstairs. See, look at all this shit. We don't need to be buying odd number socks. You see this TV? It's bigger than our car.
Get the right number of socks.
Dude, every time I walk into a Best Buy, they always have these giant TVs in the boxes, like right when you walk in. And they're like 85-inch, 95-inch, and they're ridiculous. You just laugh as soon as you see the box. And then I just think that's nothing compared to Shipwrecks.
Size of a small SUV.
Yes. Let's see. Wombat, this one's for you. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Stop reading things. Stop checking your work email. This is from Jamal. He writes in, he says, just moved into a bigger house, and I now have space to move my comics out of the garage. Shipwreck and Wombat, how do you store your comics?
I don't have many paper comics anymore. The ones I have are in the basement, but there's not a lot.
How do you store them?
In a box in the basement. I thought
I think he's looking
clear.
for like a specific method or something. I think that's why he's Shipwreck is going to get a visual aid. Oh my God, Shipwreck is opening the top of these huge
he
cabinets.
Has a lot of comics.
Oh my God, it looks just like a comic store, but more. But he has more. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all in here.
Yes, he has a lot.
So
right.
I have custom made cabinets. It's my route. It's like if you go the custom made cabinet route.
Right. I think he's just like
going that.
It sounds like he's just moving into a bigger house. Well, maybe he's not ready for that, or maybe he is. And by the way, show Mrs. Shipwreck those cabinets next time she's trying to buy 5 socks at a time. Say, look, remember this?
That looks heavy.
No. Shipwreck's just weak.
It's appropriately weighed. I think the waiters.
So is there comics in all 4 of those? Is all 4 of those comics?
They're all 4 comics, but on the front side, here, let me turn it around for you. 1 second.
Uh-oh, he's got to get back up. Wow, it's cool how the microphone actually goes there. You can do a whole nother show over there, Ship. Wait, what? The whole thing is on wheels or something? Oh my God, or it's on hinges?
They're all on wheels. So each of these is on wheels, and then
dude, this guy's like a wizard.
It's got drawers down here.
Holy shit.
So all my comics are down here in drawers.
Wish this guy would come here and do something for me.
And then, so they're all comics through all the bottom drawers, but there's 4 of these cabinets, and the far 2 cabinets there, the tops have vinyls in them. Vinyl records.
That shit's wild. Good job.
Those each cost more than my house.
Maybe not in Ohio money.
I guess. I don't know.
Do you have space in one of those cabinets for Wombat to move in?
I can't move into his house. He has cats.
No, move into the cabinet.
There's still cats.
Well, not in the cabinet.
I'd be dead in 3 days.
Cats don't hang out inside the cabinets. You'd be fine in there.
All right.
Did you answer okay, so custom cabinets, Jamal. That's the answer. Or box in the basement is the other answer. Mm-hmm. I have box in a cabinet.
The best of both worlds.
Yes. Okay, here's another one, Wombat. Pay attention. Wake up. I am not a twit. Also comic related question. He says he definitely wants to talk about, I don't even know what he's talking about.
I will explain.
Wombat. He wants to talk about Wombat's decision to go DC this year as opposed to not subbing for a comic service. I'm interested to hear if he's interested in reading the Silver Age stuff, since I hear it's going to be super serious to the point it's hilarious.
My Marvel Unlimited subscription ended, and I did not have it set to auto renew. Uh-huh. And I thought about renewing it, as I usually do and have for the last few years. But before I did that, I saw, I got an ad in my feed for DC Infinite for 40% off for a year subscription. So that. And having not read a DC comic in years because I've been subscribing to Marvel Unlimited and being so up to date on my Marvel stuff, I'm like, you know what? Let's give DC a shot for, if it could be the whole year. Maybe in 6 months, I'll be like, you know what? I want both. It doesn't matter. There's no rules. But I'm like, you know what? Let's give DC a shot. For $44 for a year, I can read all this stuff I've missed in the last 3-4 years. And right now I'm very happy with that decision because there's some really good stuff that I've never read. So like the Batman Metal stuff and the Mr. Miracle stuff that people really like, the Human Target stuff, a lot of Suicide Squad stuff that I just never got around to reading. So
I like this for you.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. So
is everything black and gold?
Yeah, everything's black and gold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all black and gold, just like Midnight Suns. No, it's nice. And actually looking up the old goofy stuff is always fun. You know what? Some of that art in the 50s and 60s comics from DC, the Carmine Infantino art, is all pretty outstanding. So it's a good time.
Yes.
There you go.
Last question. This is from @Knights_Eternal. He said, would you rather see a Switch 2 or something completely different from Nintendo?
I mean, they could call something else a Switch 2, couldn't they? I don't know. What does completely different mean?
I think he's saying, do you want to just see an upgraded Switch from Nintendo as their next piece of hardware, or do you want to see like some innovation?
I mean, I would assume a Switch 2 would be innovation.
Switch 2, but you can fuck it. It's got all the porn games already.
What makes the Switch 2 special?
It's got porn games.
Exactly. We don't know what the difference between a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 yet is. For me to answer that kind of a question, I guess. I don't know.
We did. You can fuck it.
Then yeah, I mean, I'm on board for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Nintendo's gonna Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Right. They're gonna do something. It'll sell fine.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're not gonna do. I don't think they'll go too wild with their next one. Right.
No, this is working really well for them.
Pretty well.
They're making a lot of money with this current console.
The only misstep they had recently was the Wii U, and it was simply because they wanted to get to the Switch, and the hardware wasn't there yet. Right.
Yeah.
Like they had the right vision.
Yep.
The wrong execution.
Yeah, they were close.
It just wasn't ready. They were close. Like they were close to having it. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you would want out of the Switch 2 other than like it's starting to show its age.
I would rather have
I
would rather have a better portable system from Nintendo than anything else. I know the Switch is technically portable, but it also is still kind of bulky and fragile. It's not as pocket friendly as a DS was. Like, I don't know. I think I would
pretty close. not quite as pocket friendly, right? But
Yeah.
I
Like the
don't-
DS,
you're
that thing
competing
folded
against
up.
iPhones then though. Like,
Is it though? Because those DS games are still better than pretty. I've played DS games that are better than anything I've ever played on an iPhone. Still,
I mean, yeah, controls wise, unless
and
you have a
game
controller.
wise, the Super
I mean,
Mario games and the Legend of Zelda games, and even Mario Golf is better than most things I've played on an iPhone. So
there's plenty of good games on iPhone. I mean,
I never said there weren't. I'm just saying that the DS games still hold up, and those are like 10 years old at this point. I think there's room in the world for another Nintendo handheld that's like a true handheld.
I just don't think it makes sense for them to do that at this point, because then you split your development teams and
Well, that's
third party
that's
development.
the problem.
So I don't know. I mean, you look at the Steam Deck and that's doing, and you think if Nintendo goes like in that realm, but with Nintendo stuff, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? Like the volume's going to be so much greater for Nintendo, so they can get the cost down a little bit more than what Steam Deck has. And if they put it out in another year or two, the cost will be down naturally, and then you've got all the Nintendo stuff on there. So I don't know, seems like a natural progression to me. I hope they stick with where you can hook it up to your TV. I think they will, because I think they've got value there still.
They don't want to make two consoles, I don't think.
I don't think it makes sense to them at this point. It just stretches too thin for what they are able to.
What about a much smaller Switch? Do you think we're at the point now where the
Switch Mini?
A Switch Mini.
You might see it. Might be a limited run type of thing.
Like a really small Switch, a pocket friendly Switch.
Maybe.
All right. I think that's it.
Okay.